Welcome to the Joshua Murray Boating Safety and Education Center. We're glad you're here. My name is George Brenzy with the Cornelius Police Department's Lake Patrol Division, here to guide you on your tour out on the water. Whether you're gearing up for your first time on the water or just want to brush up on some safety, you've come to the right place. Boating on Lake Norman is an awesome experience. Before you set sail, we want to equip you with all the rules, regulations, and things that will keep you safe and bring you back to the dock. Stick with us through this short video so you'll know exactly what to do before you go. Our goal is to all come back safe.
As the operator, it is your job to operate safely and responsibly. Every state has specific boating education requirements. Before you embark on your trip, check the state-specific laws. Familiarize yourself with your vessel. Every boat is unique in how it operates, maneuvers, and runs. Consult your rental agent before leaving the dock, and they will show you specific vessel information. Before starting an engine, make sure you've already attached the engine cutoff switch to your wrist or life jacket. As long as you're at the operator station, this should be attached at all times. The purpose of the engine cutoff switch is to turn off the engine if the operator inadvertently leaves the helm. Negligent operation means you are not paying proper attention or acting responsibly while operating your boat. No matter what kind of boat you operate today, there are important rules you need to follow. These rules are designed to keep you and your passengers safe, and strictly enforced, as negligent operation of a boat can be a criminal offense. Negligent behavior includes using excessive speed in the vicinity of other boats, swimmers, or in dangerous waters, failing to make sure the children on your boat are wearing a life jacket, bow riding or riding on seat backs, gunnels, or the transom or swim platform, using hazardous water skiing tow sport practices. Neither you nor any of your passengers should enter the water while your boat is underway unless there is an immediate emergency. Voluntary departure deaths from underway vessels have accounted for more than 50 deaths per year for the last 6 years. Remaining seated inside your boat while it's moving is responsible and safe boating. Swimming from a vessel is okay as long as a responsible adult remains on board with the engine turned off. One of the most common and fatal negligent behaviors is operating a boat under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Alcohol use is the leading known contribution factor in fatal boating accidents. Boating and drinking don't mix. Be a smart and responsible boater. Statistics show that some form of basic negligence is the primary cause of all reported accidents. As the operator of a boat today, you're responsible to know and follow the rules. If you operate your boat or allow anyone on the boat to act in a negligent fashion, you could find yourself facing severe penalties. Most boating accidents are collisions where a boat runs into another boat or something else submerged below water. By law, it is your responsibility to avoid collisions. Most collisions occur because of excess speed. Operate your boat at a safe speed where you can maintain control at all times. Refrain from using excess speed, especially in the vicinity of other boats or dangerous waters. Remember that one of the main differences between operating a vehicle on land versus in the water is there are no brakes on a boat. Even after you place the throttle in neutral, the boat will continue to coast forward. Never try to stop a boat by putting your arms or legs between the boat, another boat, or the dock, as this can result in severe injuries.
Hey there, Corporal Chase Bennett, Cornelius Lake Unit. Let's talk about something today that's probably the most crucial thing you can do out on the lake, and that's your personal flotation device. We'll make sure that you're wearing it and you get back to the dock safe. Historically, 90% of drownings on Lake Norman were individuals who were not wearing a properly fitted personal flotation device. Sure, they might not be the most stylish or comfortable thing, but let me tell you, they'll save your life. While you might not think it'll happen to you, drowning doesn't discriminate.
Wearing a life jacket is the single best thing you can do to prevent drowning while boating or swimming. Regardless of your swimming experience, a properly fitted USCG-approved life jacket should be worn at all times. You must have one USCG-approved wearable life jacket for every person on your vessel. Remember, life jackets must be U.S. Coast Guard approved, properly fitted, appropriate for your activity, and in good condition. When not worn, a wearable PFD must be readily accessible, not stored below decks or under a seat laden with equipment. With few exceptions, all children 12 and under must wear life jackets at all times. Make sure all life jackets fit properly and are zipped and clipped before leaving the dock. If you have any questions about how your life jacket should fit, ask your boat rental agent.
As your day on Lake Norman comes to an end, let's reflect on boater safety. Before you sail, ensure your vessel is properly equipped and everyone on board knows the proper safety protocols. Always wear your safety jacket, stay alert, and be prepared for the unexpected.
It's a good idea to assign a responsible adult to keep track of each child on the boat to ensure their safety. Make sure they are properly seated when the boat is underway. It should be your utmost priority to keep them safe. Operating a boat has rules, just like driving a car. Before spending time on the water, be sure to have the proper knowledge and confidence in boating navigation rules. When another boat is coming at you head-on, keep to your right or starboard. If you are passing or overtaking a boat, you should pass on the left or port side of the other vessel. If your vessel is being overtaken by another vessel, you must maintain course and speed. Be a courteous and cautious boat operator. In general, power-driven vessels should keep out of the way of sailboats and human-powered vessels such as canoes, paddleboards, or kayaks, while also adhering to their duty to avoid collisions. The human-powered vessels have the same duty. You should also stay out of the way of commercial or working boats. As a reminder, you must display the proper lights if your boat is to be operated at night or when visibility is poor. Make sure all lights are in good working condition before you leave the dock. If you are in danger, utilize a sound signal, whistle, or horn on your boat to warn those nearby. 5 short blasts on the horn is the universal signal for danger or need of assistance. It is your responsibility as an operator to maintain a proper lookout. It is recommended that you ask someone else on board to be your designated lookout. You are required to maintain a proper lookout by sight and hearing and may need a lookout for both the front and back of the boat, as there may be times where you cannot clearly see everything around you. Make sure you take the time to explain to your designated lookout what they need to tell you. Their primary responsibility is to make sure you do not hit something or another boat hits you. They should notify you of swimmers, obstacles, other boats, markers, or anything else you might not be able to see. Every boat has a maximum weight and person capacity. Overloading your boat can cause your boat to swamp, capsize, or make it difficult to control. Follow your boat's capacity label. Overloading a vessel is unsafe and may be illegal. Make sure all people and gear are evenly and carefully distributed throughout the boat from front to back. Stow coolers, fishing equipment, and sports equipment out of the way of walkways to prevent slipping or falls within the boat or overboard. Both the operator and the skier need to be aware of the level of responsibility and attention required to safely participate in tow sports. It's important to remember that all participants in the sport must wear a U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket that has been properly fitted and is designed for their sport. It takes 3 to ski is the policy of this rental company. This means in addition to the boat operator and the person being towed, you must have a person to observe the person being towed. The operator and observer need to keep the person in view while they are being towed. Make sure that no one is anywhere near the propeller, front, or sides of the boat before you start the motor. Use a tow rope that is at least 30 feet long to help keep tow sport participants safe from carbon monoxide produced by the motor. When the participant reboards, turn the bow of the boat towards them and turn off the engine well before the participant is near the boat until they are safely on board. Never allow anyone to hold on to the swim platform for a ride commonly called teak surfing or platform dragging. It is unlawful to engage in tow sports at night or when visibility is poor. It is best for all passengers to remain seated whenever the boat is in motion. Slips and falls can cause serious injuries or can result in a fall overboard. If passengers must move around the boat, they should stay in contact with the boat at all times, keeping a firm grip on a rail or other solid part of the boat. If someone should fall overboard, toss the person in the water a flotation device if necessary, then follow proper boarding procedures. If you fall overboard, raise your hands and yell to signal for help. When thrown a flotation device, clutch it to your chest until you are beside the boat. Board the boat after the engine is turned off and the propeller has stopped moving. Falls can happen, and it is recommended that every passenger wears a whistle in case of an emergency. An accident fall into cold water can turn dangerous very quickly, regardless of your swimming experience. Dress appropriately for the temperatures of the water, not the air. If boating during cooler weather, these precautions can reduce hypothermia should you find yourself immersed in cold water. If you do fall in the water, try not to panic or struggle. Draw your knees to your chest and wrap your arms across your chest, hugging your life jacket. This is the heat escape lessening posture, or help position. If there are others in the water with you, huddle together with your arms around each other to stay warm. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas. It can accumulate in dangerous concentrations around boats. All gasoline engines and generators produce carbon monoxide. Always turn off the engine when anchored or not moving to reduce exposure to carbon monoxide. Keep swimmers away from areas in which carbon monoxide might accumulate or be expelled, even after the motor has been stopped, such as under swim platforms, near the engine, and near generator exhausts. Symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning include irritated eyes, nausea, dizziness, and weakness. Seek medical attention immediately if these symptoms suddenly occur. Symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning may mimic alcohol intoxication and other illness. If you hear a carbon monoxide alarm, do not ignore it. Get everyone into fresh air and turn off the generator and propulsion engines until the alarm goes off. All boats have an awareness zone. The awareness zone includes the front, bow, sides, gunnels, rear, stern, and swim platform. It extends 30 feet behind and all around the boat. No passenger should be in the awareness zone until the boat motor is turned off, the boat has stopped moving, the keys are removed, and you have counted to 10. The propeller takes up to 10 seconds to stop moving. Pay particular attention to the awareness zone while water skiing or engaging in other water sports. When you are anchoring a boat, always anchor in a place where you can be seen clearly by the operators of other boats. Boats are designed to be anchored from the bow, not the stern or any other part of the boat. Anchoring from the stern can cause the boat to swamp and sink. If anchoring at night, you must turn on the anchor light, which is the white light visible all around the boat. Fire and explosions are rare, but serious, especially in an enclosed boat. If enclosed, you must be prepared to know how to exit the enclosure in an emergency. Make sure each passenger knows what to do and where to meet if there is a fire or any other emergency on board. If there is an emergency, first make sure all passengers are in life jackets and are ready to leave the boat. Only then should you attempt to put out a fire. Make sure all passengers know where fire extinguishers are located and how to use them. For fire prevention, you should know how to use all electrical appliances on your boat and never use a generator that is not supplied as a part of your rental. You should always be aware of your local navigation hazards and laws. There are specific hazards that differ from state to state, such as shallow water, submerged objects, marine life, water currents, and weather conditions. Remember that it is always illegal to tie to any navigational aid or buoy other than a mooring buoy. Ask your boat rental agent to explain any hazards that may exist. As the operator of a boat, it is your responsibility to familiarize yourself with federal, state, and local regulations concerning litter and pollution. Littering can carry stiff criminal or civil, federal, and state penalties, so keep it all inside the boat. The rule is, if you boat it in, boat it out, and leave nothing behind. Please do not litter. A ski or runabout boat is a popular choice for renters that want to enjoy water sports. These types of boats carry between 4 to 8 passengers and are well suited for moving quickly across the water. These boats have greater power and speed capabilities, so turning too quickly at high speeds, encountering another boat's wake, or not operating responsibly can cause all kinds of disasters. Caution must be used at all times when operating the boats, especially when engaged in tow sports, including water skiing, tubing, and wakeboarding. Pontoon boats are probably the most popular style for rental operations on freshwater waterways. They provide a great home base for swimming, sunbathing, fishing, and other recreation activities. Pontoon boats have their own set of unique hazards that you must be aware of. Never allow a passenger to ride on the platform at the front of the boat. A slip and fall between the pontoons will funnel you directly into the propeller. Be sure to follow the weight limit and do a head count to ensure the safety of your passengers. When swimming, make sure the boat engine is turned off and the boat is anchored. It is recommended that you continue to wear a life jacket when swimming, unless you are in a designated swim area. Always have a responsible water watcher, even for adults and good swimmers. Always make sure the water is deep enough to safely dive or jump from the vessel. Do not jump or dive from a moving or unanchored boat. A pontoon boat offers an extremely fun and adventurous day. Practice safety so you'll be around for the next adventure. By following the simple steps in this presentation and boating responsibly, you can make sure your boating experience is fun and safe. Do your best to understand the many hazards that exist all around you and act responsibly to avoid them. The more time you spend on the water, the better boater you will become. But no matter how many hours you have behind the wheel, always use your senses, stay alert, and make note of your surroundings every time you start your engine. Your safety is our prime concern, but being safe on the water ultimately depends on you.
Thank you for visiting the Joshua Murray Boating Safety and Education Center. We hope you take away valuable insight on what it takes to come back to the dock safe here on Lake Norman. Until next time, safe boating and make memories.